The false friend. A deer and a crow were great friends. One day, the crow saw the deer with a jackal. Jackals were known to be a cunning animals, so he warned his friend that the jackal could not be a trusted. The deer ignored the crow's warning and went with the jackals to a field where the deer got trapped. The jackal sneered, "I am going to call the farmer. He will kill you, and he will get a share of your meat." The deer cried. The crow heard his friend's cries and came to help him. He asked the deer to pretend he was dead. The farmer came. As soon as he heard the jackal's howls, he saw a deer lying dead in his trap. He opened the trap to check, but the deer ran away. The angry farmer hit the jackal and drove him away. Moral: false friends are worse than your declared enemies. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. The hen and the falcon. A falcon and a hen were talking to each other. The falcon said to the hen, "You are ungrateful bird. Why do you say that?" The hen asked angrily. The falcon replied, "Your masters feed you, but you fly from one corner to another if they come to catch you. You are ungrateful, and I am a wild bird, yet I always please those who are kind to me." The hen asked quietly, "I have seen hundreds of hens being roasted. If you were in my place, you would never go near your master, while I only fly from corner to corner. You would fly from hill to hill." Moral: do not judge without understanding the whole story. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Once upon a time, a turtle and two swans were good friends. One year, there were no rains at all, and the pond dried up. The turtle made a plan and told the swans, "Please look for a stake. I will hang on the center with my teeth, as both of you hold the two sides of the stick and ferry me to the another pond." The swan said, "You have to keep your mouth shut at all the time, otherwise you will crash to the ground." When everything was ready, the swans flew up with the turtle. People who saw this sight exclaimed, "Look how clever the swans are! They are carrying a turtle." In trying to respond that it had been his idea, the turtle opened his mouth and fell to the ground and died. Moral: a stitch in time saves nine. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Two friends and a bear. One day, two young friends, Suzel and Piers, decided to visit a forest. They promised to help each other against any danger. While walking through the forest, a bear suddenly rushed at them. Suzel quickly ran and climbed a tree. On the other hand, his friend did not have enough time to escape, so he lay down on the ground and acted as if he was dead. The bear growled loudly and came close to him. It appeared to Suzel as if the bear was whispering in Piers' ear. Piers held his breath and kept still. After some time, the bear left. Suzel came down from the tree and asked his friend, "What did the bear whisper in your ear?" The bear told me, "Stay away from the selfish friends who run away at the time of danger." He just replied. Moral: have faith in God's plan. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. The peach and the apple. One day, a peach and an apple were arguing in an orchard. Each was trying to prove that he was more beautiful than the other. As none of them seems to win, they decided to settle the issue through an open debate. A loud exchange of words began again between the two fruits, while other fruits listened. A blackberry in the nearby bush thrust its head out and cried, "Your dispute has gone on long enough and does not seem to settle. There is nothing that you will gain from it. So forget your differences, shake hands, and be friends again. This is the only way to live in peace." Loudest chorus are often the pettiest ones. Moral of the story is, intelligent people tend to avoid conflict. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. The foolish cat. Once a cat saw a piece of bread lying on the road. Another cat saw it too, and both pounced upon it at the same time. The cat began fighting. After some time, the first cat suggested that they should divide the bread into two equal pieces. Meanwhile, a monkey came there. The cat asked the monkey to divide the bread into two equal halves. The monkey was very cunning. He divided the bread into two pieces and checked their size. But one piece was bigger than the other, so he took a bite from the bigger piece. Then he noticed that the other piece was bigger, and they took a bite from that as well. He carried on like this for some time, and at last he ate up the entire bread, leaving the cat with nothing. Moral: when two people fight, the third one always get the profit. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. The true friend. A long time ago, there lived a pair of parrots on a tree. An old snake also lived in a hole in the same tree. The snake was too weak to go out to look for a food, so the parrots used to leave some food for him near the hole. The snake was grateful to the parrots. One day, a vulture was hovering over the parrots. Just then, a hunter came there. He aimed his arrow at one of the parrots, but the snake noticed his friends were in danger and bit the foot of the hunter to save them. The snake's bite ruined the hunter's aim, and the arrow struck the vulture instead. By saving their lives, the snake showed that he was a true friend. Moral: a true friend is the most valuable asset. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. The wind crows. Once a poor little myna lost her way to her nest, and it was getting dark, so she stopped on a tree. There were many crows perched on his tree, who shouted, "Get off our tree!" The myna pleaded, "It may rain, let me stay for a while," but the crows would not listen. At last, the myna flew to another tree, where she found a cavity to rest and comfortably. And one day, there was this huge hailstorm and heavy rain. Many crows were hurt, and some even died. When the weather calmed down, the myna came out and started to fly home. Just then, one of the crows asked the myna, "How come you are not hurt?" "God helps humble creatures and lets arrogant ones like you suffer," the myna replied and flew away. Moral: arrogance is the root of all evil. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. The mouse turned into a lion. One day, a sage saw a mouse being chased by a cat. The sage, with his supernatural power, made him a cat to save his life. One day, a dog was chasing his cat, so the sage turned him into a dog. Another day, the dog was attacked by a lion. The sage turned him into a lion. The villagers, who knew the lion's secret, used to laugh at him. He was just a silly mouse pretending to be a lion. The lion thought he could never stop the jokes until and unless he killed the sage. So he went to kill the sage. But when the sage saw that the lion was ready to attack, he said, "Go back to your original self. You are ungrateful and don't deserve to be a lion." And so the silly lion turned back into a mouse. Moral: ungrateful people can never be happy. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. The merchant and the donkey. A merchant used to visit a nearby towns to sell bag of salt, which he would load on his donkey. One day, on the way to that town, the donkey slipped into a pond. The merchant pulled him out. The donkey was suddenly happy. His load turned very light, since almost all the salt had dissolved into the water. Now, the donkey deliberately slipped into the pond every day. With time, the master understood the donkey's plan, so he decided to teach the donkey a lesson. The next day, the merchant loaded his donkey with a cotton ball instead of salt. When the donkey fell into the pond, the cotton balls got wet and became very heavy. The donkey could not even get up now because of the weight. "Now you will never try to trick me," the merchant laughed. Moral: the wicked often fall into their own trap. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. A Brahmin's wife gave birth to a boy. The same day, a female mongoose gave birth to a baby and died. His wife brought up the baby mongoose like he was her own son. One day, the wife went to fetch some water from the well, and the Brahmin too went out to the market. While the baby was sleeping, a snake came and slithered towards the baby. Sensing danger, the mongoose killed the snake. To show his bravery, the mongoose stood outside the house. The Brahmin's wife arrived, saw the mongoose covered in blood. She assumed that the mongoose had killed her son. Angry, she threw the pot of water on the mongoose and killed him. She ran inside. There she found that her baby was safe and the snake's body was lying nearby. She was very sorry to have killed the faithful mongoose. Moral: do not judge a book by its cover. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. The Hare and the Tortoise. A proud hare used to make fun of tortoise. "You move so slowly," he would say. One day, when the tortoise could not bear the insults anymore, he challenged the hare to race. The hare laughed. "You must be joking. All right, tomorrow morning we will race to the other side of the hill and see who reaches the first." The next day, early in the morning, the race began. The hare raced ahead speedily. Seeing the tortoise far behind, He decided to rest for a while. Meanwhile, the tortoise continued to move slowly but steadily towards the goal. By the time the hare woke up, the tortoise had reached the finishing line. The hare ran as fast as he could, but the tortoise had already won the race. The hare realized his mistake. Slow and steady wins the race. Moral: identify your strengths and use them. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. The Camel's Revenge. Once a camel and a jackal became a great friends. One day, they went to the feast in the watermelon field. After eating, the jackal started howling. Please don't howl. Your howling will bring the farmer here, pleaded the camel. Singing is good for my digestion, the jackal replied. Soon, the farmer came and beat the camel, but the jackal ran away. After some days, the camel offered the jackal a ride on his back. While he swam in the river, once in the river, the camel started to dive under the water. The jackal cried, What are you doing? I will drown. I must dive if I am in the water. It's good for my health, said the camel and went under the water, leaving the jackal helpless. Moral: as you sow, so shall you reap. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. A Precious Life. The Bodhisattva was once born as a deed. Every animal in the forest admired his beauty. One day, a prince came to hunt in the forest. This forest is good hunting ground, remarked the prince. The prince's eye fell on the deer, and he followed it. He was riding on a horse and started to riding fast to catch the deer. But the deer was faster. Suddenly, the prince's horse fell, and the prince was thrown into the nearby river. The prince did not know how to swim, so he cried for help. The deer heard his cries and helped him out of the water. Seeing that he was saved by the very deer he had wanted to hunt and kill, the prince felt ashamed and vowed never to hunt animals again. Moral: a simple act of kindness can change a person's life. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. How a sparrow came to grief. A sparrow made a beautiful nest under a big tree. One day, it rained heavily. A monkey who lived nearby was completely drenched in the rain and started shivering. He rushed to the tree for cover. Feeling sorry at the monkey's condition, the sparrow said, You seem to be an able animal. Why didn't you build a house so that you could shelter yourself from the rain and the cold? Irritated, the monkey said, Why don't you shut up and mind your own business? The monkey thought, I must teach her a lesson if she does not stop advising me. Turning to the female sparrow, the monkey said, Haven't you heard this saying that you should only offer the advice to those who seek it? But the sparrow persisted with her advice. The monkey climbed up the tree and destroyed her nest. Moral: give your advice only to those who deserve it. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Once a gentle king had an elephant who was shy. His name was Pilazlo, which means a shy being. One night, he heard some robbers talking about themselves. One of them said, A thief must beat everyone. He should never be merciful. On hearing this, Lazlo thought, These men have come to teach me. I must follow their advice. The next day, he caught an elephant keeper up with his trunk and threw him up in the air. Lazlo's nature had changed. The king was worried. The king asked the priest to instruct Lazlo on some good behavior. The holy man said to Lazlo, We should never hurt anyone. Then he thought he must follow the instruction of the teachers, and his behavior changed for good. Moral: be cautious of who you know. The Antelope and the Hunter. Once, a hunter discovered that while all the other animals ate fruits from all the trees of the forest, an antelope ate only from one particular tree. He soon came up with a plan to catch the antelope and placed some fruits below the tree as bait. He then kept the nose trap open and hid behind the branches of the tree. When the antelope arrived, he wondered, How come there are so many fruit lying here? Then he saw the hunter hiding behind the branches, pretending not to have noticed him. The antelope said aloud, Since my favorite tree is behaving in a strange way, I will get fruits from another tree, and ran away, while the hunter cursed his luck. Moral: take a detour if needed. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. The Weinstein. Once there was a Weinstein. He would often go to pond to see his reflection and say, "What handsome antlers I have, but I wish I had a beautiful legs too." One day, a lion advanced towards him. He ran into the thick forest, and his antlers got caught among the low branches of the trees. He realized that his end was now near, and cursed his antlers for that. Finally, with the help of his strong legs, he was able to free himself from the branches. Thus, the stag managed to escape from the lion by running fast. The stag realized that his ugly legs saved his life, while his antlers could have been cause of his death. Never again did he think that his legs were ugly. Moral: one should not gloat over physical beauty. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. The clever farmer. Once a farmer had a goat, a bundle of grass, and a lion. He had to cross a river on a small boat, which would carry only two of them at a time. The farmer was in a fix. If you take the lion first, then the goat would eat up the grass in his absence. If you take the grass, lion would eat up the goat. At last, he found the perfect solution. He first took the goat and left it on the other side of the river. Then he took the lion on his second round. He left the lion and brought the goat back. Leaving the goat on his side, he took the bundle of grass. He left the grass with the lion and returned to take the goat in the end. Thus he crossed the river without any loss. Moral of the story is, a little intelligence goes a long way. Okay guys, thanks for watching. A dog in a manager. There was a dog that lived in a barn. He would always sleep on the soft lay, lying in the manager, from which the horses had their hay. The dog's food used to be kept in the farmyard, outside the barn. Even then, the selfish dog would stay right there in the manager. Whenever the horses came in to eat their hay, the dog would start barking at them. The poor horses could not eat their food. They asked the dog several times to leave the manager, but he would always refuse. They told him that the farmer had left bones for him in the farmyard, but still he refused to move out of the manager. What a selfish dog, the horse said. He knows that he cannot eat hay, but he would not let us eat our food too. He wants us to starve. Moral: selfishness is the fool's triad. Okay guys, thanks for watching. The Arab and the Camel. A man was once about to set out for a long journey across the Arabian desert. Before leaving, he spent quite some time preparing his luggage. Thereafter, he loaded all he wanted to take with him on the back of the camel. When the preparations for the journey were over, he asked the camel whether he would prefer going uphill or downhill. The camel listened to him carefully and calculated the weight put on him. After a while, the camel asked his master, "Sir, is there a third option of undertaking a journey straight across the plain? If it is possible, then I will be happy to take out the route. Given the weight of the luggage I am carrying, I think the easiest route should be preferred." Moral: a genius knows his limitations. Okay guys, thanks for watching.